Okay, let's unpack this. There's this belief out there, it's pretty common actually.
Yeah, the one that many of us just sort of accept.
Exactly, that, significant memory loss, cognitive decline.
Okay.
It's just inevitable, part of getting older.
Especially past, what, 70? That seems to be the common wisdom.
Right, but what if that belief isn't just, well, wrong, but maybe even harmful?
That's a strong word, harmful.
Well, we're diving deep today into a really fascinating question. How do some people stay so sharp? I mean, into their 80s, even 90s, recalling details, learning new things.
Well, others really struggle with just basic memory, basic recall. It's a stark contrast sometimes.
It really is. So our mission here is to unpack the surprising truth about keeping that mental sharpness, that cognitive vitality, based on some cutting-edge research.
And where's this research coming from today?
So we're drawing insights from Ever Sharp Mind, Secrets to Lifelong Cognitive Vitality. It's a collection, really. Insights from neurologists, brain researchers.
And studies of centenarians, too, right? People living past 100.
Exactly. Real-world examples and the science behind them.
Okay.
Think about this example from the book. Martha. She's 74, a former teacher, clearly intelligent.
Right.
1 minute, she can tell you these incredibly vivid stories from her childhood, every detail perfect. The next, she can't remember what she ate for breakfast that morning.
That's a common frustration you hear about.
Now, contrast her with Frank, her neighbor, 78 years old.
Okay.
And Frank's busy learning Italian, managing his own investments, solving complex engineering problems.
For fun.
For fun! Just because he enjoys it. And the source makes a really strong point here.
What's that?
The difference wasn't down to their genes or luck or even how much education they had.
So, what was it then?
It was something more fundamental about how they were kind of actively using their brains, engaging with its ability to grow.
Which leads us to the brain itself.
Yeah.
Well, it's fascinating how much we still misunderstand it, isn't it?
Totally.
I mean, think about your brain right now as you're listening, processing, connecting.
It's doing so much.
It's arguably the most complex biological computer out there. About 86 billion neurons, give or take.
That number is just staggering.
And each one making potentially thousands of connections. That network, it dwarfs the internet, makes it look almost, well, simple.
Like a toy, yeah.
Yet somehow we've bought into this idea that this incredible machine is just destined to fail as we get older.
It's a really pervasive idea.
It really is.
Yeah.
And you have to ask, why do we cling to that? Especially when, there's evidence pointing another way. It feels like a dangerous misconception, like you said earlier.
And this is where it gets really interesting. Johns Hopkins researchers, they started looking at the brains of people over 90.
Okay, the ones who were still incredibly sharp.
Exactly. Unwavering cognitive function. And they found something that, well, genuinely shocked the scientific community.
What did they find?
These individuals, they weren't just lucky, they didn't just win the genetic lottery.
So they were doing something.
Yes. The source says they were actively engaged in specific kinds of cognitive challenges, almost like cross-training for the brain.
Ah, like exercising different mental muscles.
Precisely. And it was literally restructuring their neural pathways, rewiring them.
Rewiring, that's a powerful concept.
So from your perspective, scientifically speaking, what's the biggest takeaway from that kind of rewiring potential?
Well, it means we have far more agency over our cognitive future than we ever really thought possible.
Agency. I like that. It's not just passive decline.
Not at all. And this brings us nicely to Dr. Elena Rodriguez, a neuroscientist mentioned in the source.
Right. Tell us about her.
Well, for 20 years, her own research seemed to confirm that idea of inevitable decline. She believed it.
Based on her work?
Yes. Until something happened with her grandmother. Her grandmother was 89.
Okay.
And apparently she could barely read. But then she started solving complex mathematical equations.
Wait, from barely reading to complex math at 89?
Exactly. Equations that apparently stumped PhD students. Yeah. It was this impossible transformation, as the source calls it.
Wow. So what did Dr. Rodriguez do?
It completely changed her perspective. It led her to dig deeper, to uncover what she called these hidden mechanisms.
Hidden mechanisms? Like what?
Like understanding how certain types of new learning, novel challenges can actually reactivate neural connections that might have gone dormant.
Reactivating dormant pathways.
Yeah. And that, she proposed, is a key factor separating those who stay sharp from those who don't. It really makes you rethink everything we've been told, doesn't it?
It absolutely does. It throws that whole inevitability idea right out the window.
Pretty much.
Which loops back to Dr. Rodriguez's big realization, right? The key difference isn't just genetics or avoiding disease or education level.
Although those things certainly play a role, of course.
Of course. But her point was, the primary driver is understanding and actively working with the brain's natural ability, its capacity for lifelong growth, for adaptation.
Exactly. And that's where the typical view of the aging brain falls so short. We tend to focus only on what might be lost.
Right, the deficits.
But a 70-year-old brain isn't just a faded copy of a 30-year-old one. It has unique strength. Things a younger brain simply hasn't developed yet.
Okay, like what kind of strengths?
Well, think about it. Decades of accumulated experience, wisdom, much more refined pattern recognition abilities.
Seeing the bigger picture, maybe?
Yes, and enhanced emotional regulation skills. The ability to see connections, to find meaning that comes from living, from experiencing so much.
That's a crucial shift in perspective. It's not just about preventing loss, it's about recognizing gain, or a potential gain.
Potential gain, exactly. But, and this is the key point from Elena's work, these advantages, this wisdom, this pattern recognition, they don't just automatically flourish. They need to be nurtured, developed through specific kinds of engagement.
So it's not passive. You have to actively cultivate these strengths.
Precisely, which means we need to stop thinking of the aging brain as this, I don't know, failing machine.
And start seeing it as
an evolving masterpiece. That's the phrase used. A masterpiece capable of reaching new heights, new insights, but only if we give it the right conditions, the right challenges, the right stimulation.
An evolving masterpiece? I like that much better than failing machine. It changes the whole narrative around cognitive aging.
It really does. It shifts it from something to be feared to something that could actually hold new opportunities for different kinds of intelligence.
Okay, so bringing this back to you, listening right now, what does this all mean? The text puts it quite directly, almost like a challenge.
How so?
It says, right now, as you listen to these words, your brain is making new connections, forming new memories.
It is, constantly adapting.
And potentially laying the groundwork for cognitive abilities you've never experienced before. But here's the kicker, but only if you take action.
Right. The potential is there, but it needs activation. It's not automatic.
And there's a sense of urgency attached to this too, isn't there?
Definitely. It's not just a nice thought like, oh, maybe I can stay sharp. The source is pretty clear.
What does it say?
Every moment you delay implementing these brain-boosting strategies is a moment of potential growth lost forever.
Lost forever. That sounds final.
Well, it emphasizes that neuroplasticity, the brain's ability to change and adapt while it exists throughout life. It becomes less robust, less flexible with each passing day of inactivity. Think of it like physical fitness, maybe.
Yeah, how so?
A muscle can always grow stronger, right?
Wow.
But the longer you leave it unused, the harder it is to build it up. And starting earlier is always better for maintaining strength and flexibility long term.
So use it or lose its potential, essentially.
That's the core message, yes.
Yes.
So the choice ultimately lies with each of us. You can passively accept what you think is your cognitive fate. Or you can actively take control. Take charge of your brain health, aiming for decades more mental sharpness, vitality, engagement.
It's empowering, actually, knowing there's something concrete you can do.
It really is. Your brain's incredible capacity for growth, for change. It's there. It's waiting for you to tap into it, to unleash it.
But the clock is ticking, in a sense.
Every second of delay, the source warns, is a second of that precious cognitive potential just slipping away forever. The call to action right now.